Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the exceptions to the fundamental rights. So here exception is nothing but excluded or left out or doesn't follow the fundamental rights provisions. Okay? So total fundamental rights seven were in the Indian constitutional as the original Indian constitution. It contains seven fundamental rights. But the sixth fundamental right, so that is right to property, which was deleted from the fundamental rights list of the Indian constitution from part 3. So through the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978. Okay, so here that's why we have six fundamental rights only. Now we are enjoying six fundamental rights. So those are, first one is right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. So now we are enjoying these six fundamental rights only. So total three exceptions to the fundamental rights, three articles our Indian constitution provided which were excluded from the fundamental rights provisions. So first one is Article 31A and Article 31B and last one is Article 31C. So these were the exceptions to the fundamental rights. So let's come to the first exception to the fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution. So that is Article 31A. So actually it was added by the first Constitutional Amendment Act 1950. Especially the purpose of the Article 31A is to save the laws providing for the acquisition of the estates. Okay, so here the land acquisition, because to protect the land acquisition from the fundamental rights, it given some important work to the Article 31A. So total it saves five categories of laws from being challenged and invalidated on the contravention of the fundamental rights. Okay, especially these lands which are related to the agricultural or industrial land also. Okay. So those are five categories of laws are acquisition of estates and related rights by the state. State is nothing but country or government. Okay. So for any agriculture purpose, it has a right to acquire some other estates or any area which is related to anyone. Okay. So the entire power has given to the state only. And second one is taking over management of the properties by the state. So the entire responsibility was given to the state control if any mismanagement is going in those areas, and if any person has a thousands acres of land, so the management of that property will go to the state's control. Okay. And third one is amalgamation of the corporations. It is nothing but uniting or merging. It means to become union and to more than one important private companies or corporations become together and uniting them as under the provision under the Article 31A, especially for the better management. Okay. And next one is modifications. Fourth one, modifications of rights of directors or shareholders of corporations. So especially here this is the responsibility of the state to modify any right of the directors or shareholders of that particular organization or company or industry or any factory. So the entire responsibility and rights were given to the state control. And last one is modifications of mining lease also. To some people, the private companies, they are involving in mining process also. So here the time period of the lease of the particular mining areas also, it can be modified by the state control. Okay. So here, according to the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978, so the Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause F, it was deleted or abolished by the Indian Constitution, because here, according to the Article 19(1)(f), so which tells about the acquired land and hold that particular land, and we can use that property also. So this is which tells about the right to property directly. So through the Article 19(1)(f). So that's why here this was deleted by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978. In the same way, Article 31 also, which tells about the right to property. So here, because of the Article 19 1F and Article 31, because of these two articles which are against the fundamental rights. So that's why here, because of this contravention regarding the fundamental rights, so here these two articles were removed by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978. Okay. So here Article 31A, it doesn't immunize a state law from judicial review. It means Article 31A, if any important provision which comes under the Article 31A, as I told about five categories of laws, they have the judicial review. If anything is wrong by using the Article 31A, it has to reveal in the courts. It may challenge in the court also. We may challenge those laws in the court also. It means it has a judicial review. Okay, unless it has a precedence consider or assent for the protection from the judicial review, but it has the judicial review. Okay, so here Article 31A, according to this article, it provides the payment of the compensation at market value. So the value which is present in the market only. So the persons, if any person's land is acquired by the state or country's government, is within the statutory ceiling limit. There was a limit which was fixed to a particular person, how much land he has to acquire. Okay, so according to within the statutory ceiling limit maybe, and under his personal cultivation, if any person's land was acquired by the state, so the state has a responsibility to give compensation to the particular share that person at market value. Okay, so this is all about the exception to the fundamental rights. We already know right to equality and everything which comes under the fundamental rights. Okay, so right to property also, once upon a time it was a fundamental right, but during the British rule, so there's so many people, they had a large number of the acres of lands they hold it. So here, but whenever comes to after independence, everyone is equal, and the lot of people who came from the poor background and low caste background, so that's why to become equally regarding their living conditions, so the government started to contribute or distribute lands equally, or otherwise for poor people they have to distribute 1 or 2 acres to for their livelihood. So that's why a person, a rich person, or jamindari or jagidari people, so they hold thousands of acres of land, and they're told about right to property is fundamental right. So why then you are affecting my fundamental right? And they are going to the courts, and they also hold some petitions in the court also. So that's why they removed the right to property from the fundamental rights. Now the right to property is a legal right under the Article 300 here. Okay. So in the next class, we'll discuss about the second exception. So that is Article 31B. Okay.